as you know, when I think about today's theme, research and innovation, shaping the future of global education, I get really excited because this is exactly what we need to talk about right now. The world is changing so fast, especially with AI becoming part of our daily lives. And that is why my talk today focused on education innovation for future competence in the age of AI. I have to tell you the relationship between Silla University and PUP is very special to me. We first signed our MOU back in 2019, renewed it in 2024, and just this month, we took together big step together. We signed an agreement between PUP's College of Education and Silla University's Graduate School of Education to exchange students and faculty. I think this is not just paperwork. It is a promise that we are in this together. Every time I work with PUP, I am reminded of something important. We can prepare our students for the future alone. We need each other. Korean universities need Philippine universities. Philippine universities need Korean universities. ASEAN universities need to work together. And that is what makes events like today so valuable. We are not just sharing research, we are building bridges and creating solutions together. The AI Ace is here, and honestly, it is both exciting and a little scary, right? Our students will need new kinds of skills and competencies that we might not have even thought about 10 years ago. But here's the good news. When we come together like this, when we share our ideas and learn from each other, we become stronger and smarter. So I am really looking forward to our conversation today. And I'm even more excited about all the projects we will do together in the future. Yeah, let's keep this partnership growing. Maraming salamat po, and congratulations again to PUP College of Education for organizing this wonderful conference. Let's begin. Today's presentation is organized around 5 key themes. First, we will examine where we stand in the age of AI. Second, we will discuss why education must change now. Third, we will explore what future competencies are needed in the AI era. Fourth, we will examine the 4 pillars of educational innovation. Finally, we will reflect on the human heart of education that must remain at the center for all our efforts. Let's begin by examining the fundamental questions we face. If AI can teach our students, what is the role of teachers? Students themselves face a dilemma, asking, is this really my thinking? What's crucial here is the distinction between information, and meaning. While AI may be able to teach information, only teachers can teach meaning and nurture identity. This is why teachers remain essential, even the age of AI. We are witnessing an unprecedented shift. Information is no longer scarce. It is ubiquitous. Traditional knowledge delivery models are breaking down, and new approaches to learning are essential. At the same time, AI capabilities are expanding. AI can write essay and solve quotation equations and code applications and translate languages and compose music and design architecture. AI can everything. It performs tasks that once required human expertise. However, this is not the end of education. Rather, it marks the beginning of a deeper transformation. The focus shifts from content delivery to meaning making, and teachers become more important, not less. So, what are the future competencies needed in the AI era? Let's examine the first three. First, critical and ethical thinking. Students must evaluate AI outputs, question assumptions, make ethical decisions, and use technology responsibly. Second, creative problem definition. Students need the ability to frame questions AI can't answer, identify real needs, define meaningful problems, and develop contextual understanding. Third, global frameworks. Internationally recognized frameworks, the OECD Learning Compass 2030, UNESCO Competence Framework, and World Economic Forum skills all emphasize moving beyond knowledge acquisition. Let me evaluate on crucial, critical, and ethical thinking. Today's students are surrounded by AI-generated information. What's the most important ability in this environment? It is the ability to critically evaluate that information. Students shouldn't simply accept AI outputs. They must question them. Is this information accurate? What assumptions is it based on? Are there any biases? Ethical thinking is also necessary. They need to recognize ethical issues that can arise when using AI and develop attitudes of responsible technology use. And the second is the ability to define problems creatively. AI can answer the question we ask, but it doesn't tell us which questions to ask. Students need the ability to frame questions AI can't answer. They must identify what the real needs are and define meaningful problems. For example, rather than how do we stop climate change, we need contextual problem definition, like what are ways what our local community can reduce carbon emissions while creating economic opportunities. And the third is global frameworks. Fortunately, we are not alone. Several internationally recognized frameworks provide direction for future competencies. OECD's Learning Compass 2030 emphasizes students' agency and transformative competencies. UNESCO's competence framework values education for sustainable development. The World Economic Forum presented skills needed for the future work of work. What do all these frameworks have in common? They emphasize moving beyond simple knowledge acquisition. These three competencies are interconnected. Without critical thinking, we cannot define real problems. Without creative problem definition, we cannot find meaningful solutions. And global frameworks provide guidance for systematically developing all these competencies. Education in the AI era should aim to develop these competencies in an integrated way. What AI can do continues to expand. However, the abilities to think critically, define meaningful problems, and understand in a global context remain uniquely human domains. Our task is to help students develop these competencies. Let's examine the remaining three core competencies. First, emotional intelligence and empathy. Understanding human emotions, developing self-awareness, and building meaningful relationships are qualities AI cannot replicate. Fifth, collaboration across diversity. We need the ability to work across cultural boundaries, leverage diverse perspectives, engaged in collective problem solving, and develop human-to-human connection skills. And six, AI and digital literacy. Students must understand AI capabilities and limitations, evaluate AI-generated content, use AI as a tool rather than a replacement, and practice self-directed learning with technology. Now, let me introduce the 4 pillars of educational innovation. First, curriculum content. We must shift from isolated facts to real world, problem-centered learning, integrate multiple disciplines, and provide authentic learning experience. Second, learning method. We should adopt a blended model approach where AI tutor provides data-driven feedback, teachers design learning experiences, and we balance between AI and human connection. Third, assessment transformation. We need to move from right answers to learning processes, measure thinking and collaboration, tracks improvement over time, and utilize AI-assisted learning analytics. Fourth, empowering teachers. Rather than replacing teachers, we should reimagine their role, evolve them into architects of learning, develop AI literacy skills, and position teachers as innovation drivers. Now, let's examine the first pillar, curriculum content, in detail. Traditional curriculum focuses on memorizing information that AI can now instantly provide. Future education must emphasize applying knowledge to solve complex problems. The key is shifting from isolated facts to real-world, problem-centered learning. This requires integrating multiple subjects and developing critical thinking through authentic challenges. For example, consider designing sustainable cities to fight climate change. This integrates science, mathematics, ethics, and economics. Students research environment impact, apply technical solutions to real problems, and develop collaborative proposals with measurable outcomes. Let me elaborate on this project. First, students' scientific research environmental impact. They analyze how climate change affects this. Then, they use mathematics to calculate energy efficiency and carbon emissions, and so on. From the ethical perspective, they consider environmental justice and responsibility to future generations. Economically, they analyze the cost and benefits of sustainable urban development. Why is this approach important? First, this is a real-world problem. Students understand that what they are learning actually matters. Second, by integrating multiple subjects, students realize that knowledge is interconnected. Third, through collaborative problem solving, they develop competencies needed in the 21st century. And fourth, by creating measurable outcomes, we can concretely assess students' achievement. What role does AI play here? AI helps students quickly find needed information. It can also be used to analyze data and run simulations. However, defining problems, making ethical considerations, and proposing creative solutions remain the students' responsibilities. AI is a tool, not a replacement of thinking. Ultimately, innovation in curriculum content is not just about what to teach. It is about how to teach and how students will use that knowledge. The shift from memorized, isolated information to integrated, authentic problem solving, this is the core of curriculum in the AI age. The second pillar is learning method. Finding the balance between AI tools and human teachers. AI tutors and tools can provide personalized practice opportunities, deliver instant feedback on the basic skills, and adapt content difficulty based on performance, and generate examples and explanations, offer learning support, and scale educational resources efficiently. However, human teachers design meaningful learning experience, mentor personal growth and development, cultivate ethics, empathy, and creativity, and guide collaborative problem solving, interpret data with contextual understanding, and build meaningful human connections. The third pillar is assessment transformation. Assessment should focus on four key elements. One, process of a product, evaluating how students think and valuing creative approaches. And the second, collaboration skills, measuring team contributions and assessing diverse perspectives. And the third, growing tracking, documenting improvement and celebrating personal progress. And the fourth, learning analytics, combining AI-assisted data collection with teacher-led interpretation. And the fourth and the most critical pillar is empowering teachers. Let me be clear about something fundamental. The future of education is not about replacing teachers with technology, but evolving their role to leverage AI as powerful tools for enhanced learning. What is the engine of educational transformation? The quality of education can never exceed the quality of its teachers.
Si cellphone lang kita.
It, it is this truth. Teacher
cellphone mo. Phone mo na lang.
I'm sorry. Teacher empowerment is the most important innovation in the AI age. Let's examine the teacher's new role in the AI era. As technology advances, the teacher's role is also evolving. Teachers have moved beyond knowledge delivery to take on more diverse and profound roles. Let me address this from two main perspectives. First, teachers are learning architects. In the past, it was common to teach textbook content in order, but now it is different. Teachers design personalized, inquiry-based pathway that engage students in meaningful exploration, tailored to each student's needs and interest. Knowledge is not delivered through lecture, but structured through experience. Teachers leverage AI tools to enhance this process. And the second, teachers are AI literate educators. Students need to understand AI capabilities and its limitations. They must learn to select AI tools for learning goals and teach students ethical AI use. Teachers teach students to critically evaluate AI output rather than accepting AI-generated results unconditionally. They develop students' ability to examine and assess them critically. And teachers must stay current with emerging technologies. This means continuous learning is essential for teachers. Let me continue examining the students' new roles. We've looked at the role as learning architects and AI literate educators. Now, let's explore three-dimensional roles. Third, teachers are human capacity builders. Teachers focus on human development, nurture social emotional skills, build character and values, and foster personal growth. AI can do many things, but only teachers can support human growth and development. And fourth, teachers are cultivators for ethics and empathy. Teachers guide ethical decision-making, model empathetic behavior, and create safe spaces for dialogue. Connecting learning to values is also an important role. They help students understand not just acquiring knowledge, but how the knowledge is connected to values. And fourth, fifth, teachers are developers of unique qualities. Teachers develop creativity and intuition, build resilience and adaptability, and foster critical consciousness. They nurture qualities that AI cannot replicate. Their qualities will become even more important in future society. Finally, as AI literate educators, teachers have more specific roles. Teachers understand the AI capabilities, evaluate AI tools critically, integrate AI appropriately, and model responsible AI use. It is not just about using AI, but teaching how to use AI wisely. Thus, the teacher's role in the AI era has become diverse and complex. But the center of all these roles is one commonality: supporting students' holistic development. Technology is merely a tool. True education happens in the human relationships between teachers and students. Now, let's address an important question. How can you empower teachers in AI era? When I meet teachers in the field, many of them feel overwhelmed by new technologies and tools. AI is expanding rapidly, and they are wondering how to integrate it into their teaching. In this context, I would like to share 4 ways we can support them. The first is professional development. Teachers need hands-on training where they can actually use AI tools, not just listening to lectures, but having opportunity to experience them directly and apply them to their own classes. And this training should be ongoing, not just one-time workshops. Technology keeps evolving after all. Peer mentoring programs with experienced teachers are also effective. There's nothing more practical than learning from colleagues who faced similar challenges. And the second is providing time and space for experimentation. Teachers need some breathing room to try new approaches, but realistically, many teachers are too overwhelmed with work to have time for new initiatives. Therefore, we need to reduce administrative tasks and secure time, and teachers can dedicate to instructional innovation. They also need space to design AI integrated lessons, try them out, and reflect on the results. Trial and error is a natural part of the process. And the third is creating platforms for collaboration. Online communities where teachers can share their experience and resource would be very helpful. If good teaching materials developed by one teacher can be used by others, everyone benefits. These platforms also enable cross-disciplinary collaboration. When teachers from different subjects meet and exchange ideas, creative solutions from emerge. And if we build international networks, like the one between PUP and Silla University, we can facilitate even richer exchanges. The first is recognizing teacher expertise. Teachers are not simply deliverers of a prescribed curriculum. Teachers are professionals who design instruction suited to their students. Therefore, we should give teachers autonomy in lesson design. When they make innovative attempts, we should acknowledge and encourage them. We should also support action research conducted by teachers. And it would be beneficial to share excellent cases developed by teachers so that others can learn from them. For all of this to be effective, school leadership plays a crucial role. School administrators need to create a culture where teachers can make new attempts. They should allocate budgets for innovations and reduce unnecessary administrative work. Most importantly, they need to trust teachers' professional judgment. When we support teachers in these ways, teachers gain confidence, students receive better education, and the quality of education improves. In the end, what matters is not, can teachers adapt to AI, but rather, how well are we supporting our teachers? Let me summarize the key message here. The quality of education can never exceed the quality of its teachers. This has been a long recognized principle in education. Education systems worldwide are investing billions in technology. However, the most powerful educational resource remains the teacher. When teachers are equipped with both knowledge and creativity, they create learning experience that no algorithm can replicate. No technology, no matter how advanced the AI, can fully replace the teacher's role. This is because teachers are professionals who understand each individual student and draw out their potential. So, what determines a teacher quality? Research consistently shows that teacher quality is the single most important school-based factor in student achievement. Therefore, improving teacher quality, that is, how we improve teachers, is crucial. Professional development must be ongoing and not one-time event. teachers need both technical skills and pedagogical understanding. Technical skills to use AI tools alone are not enough. They must have pedagogical insight into how to effectively integrate these tools into teaching. And empowerment means that teachers' voices are reflected in educational policy decisions. Teachers are the expert who know the field best. Systems must value teacher expertise and creative capacity. Ultimately, teachers are at the center of all these discussions. When we talk about education in the AI age, we must place teachers, not technology, at the center. Technology is merely a tool, and it's the teacher's role to use that tool meaningfully. When we trust the teachers, support them, and respect their expertise, we can truly prepare for the future of education. Let's look at successful real-world examples. In Finland, teachers are recognized as curriculum co-designers with an interdisciplinary approach, high teacher autonomy, and research-based practice. And Singapore has implemented a national AI literacy program, established a teacher-led innovation hub, and developed structures, mentoring systems, and created a future skill frameworks. In South Korea, teacher community are creating AI integrated projects, utilizing open sharing platforms and practicing collaborative lesson design. The teacher leadership principle shows that when teachers lead, education transforms. Bottom-up innovation succeeds. Teacher agency drives quality. Sustainable challenge requires ownership. Finally, let's talk about the human heart of education. No matter how much we discuss AI and technology, the essence of education ultimately lies in people. True learning happens in human connections and relationships. Of course, AI has remarkable capabilities. It can analyze data, optimize content, personalize learning path, track progress, generate resources, and provide feedback. These functions certainly help education greatly. They can reduce teachers' burden and provide customized learning opportunities for students. However, teachers have unique qualities that AI cannot replace. Teachers believe in students. They see students' potential. They inspire passion, model values, and respond initiative. They show empathy to students, build confidence, and celebrate growth. These are uniquely human capabilities that cannot be explained by data or algorithms. Human connection creates safe spaces. It fosters belonging, builds community, and nurtures identity. It develops trust and celebrates growth. With these relational elements, students can truly learn and grow. And education is not simply about transmitting knowledge. It is about connecting to purpose, contextualizing learning, and developing wisdom. It cultivates ethics, fosters judgment, and inspires wonder. These deeper dimensions of educational experience are only possible through genuine encounters between teachers and students. Therefore, the focus of teacher empowerment is clear. Teacher development, supportive systems, collaborative culture, meaningful autonomy, ongoing innovation, and shared leadership. All of these are meant to help teachers fully utilize their human capacities. Technology is merely a tool to support this process. The center should always be the relationship between teachers and students. The essence of education does not change just because we are in the AI age. Rather, as technology advances, the importance of human elements in education becomes even more prominent. The teacher's role is not disappearing, it's becoming more important. Our challenge is to utilize technology while not losing the human hearts of education. Let me conclude with this message. If we want to give our children the best education for the future, we must prepare the best teachers today. Teachers are not simply a part of educational system. They are the engine of transformation. In the age of AI, the human element becomes more crucial, not less. AI can analyze performance. It can optimize content, but AI will never look into a student's eyes and say, I believe in you. That is the power of a teacher. And that is why teacher empowerment is the most important innovation in the age of AI. Thank you. Maraming salamat po. It has been an honor to share this thought with you today. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lee. The quality of education can never exceed the quality of its teachers. What a reassuring statement, Dr. Lee. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Yunhua Lee. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, or virtual heart, or whatever emoji that you want to click right now. Dr. Lee, your message pierced through the noise of technology and reminded us that in the age of AI, the most essential competencies are still deeply human. You opened our eyes to a future where information is everywhere, yet meaning still depends on us. Right, everyone? Dr. Lee, you reminded us that empathy, collaboration, and the human heart of education will always be our greatest tools. And as we stand at this tipping point, your words call us to rise with courage and teach with intention. Again, teach with intention. So today you reminded us that the future of learning is not about replacing people with machines. It is about empowering people with purpose. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker, Dr. Yunhua Lee. Thank you, Dr. Lee. Now, at this juncture, we will now open the session for questions. You may type your questions in the chat box or click the raise hand button, or, and our tech team will assist you. So do we have any questions? Feel free to type them in our chat box or you may raise your hand. Let me check the gallery kung may nagtataas ng kamay. Anyone?